Hey, welcome back to my vlog. And today is, I think, day 23. So I'm getting a week away from the uploading for 30 days, which I like doing these short videos. So they might just continue. Like, I didn't realize this would like become like a thing, but I think it's going to become a thing. I don't know. Don't hold me to it, but I will try. Anyways, I'm still reading Clockwork Princess. I am on chapter 5, page 103, and I do like at the end of every chapter there's like a letter being sent. They're trying to figure out who's going to be the new, like, what's it called, consul, because I think they're only supposed to be in office for like 10 years, and the members of the council want it to be Charlotte. But for some reason, Josiah Wayland does not want her to be it, but he's the one that wanted her to be in charge of the Institute in London. So they're very confused too as to why he doesn't want her to be the council. So I don't know what's going on there, but I do like how it's ending, or it's starting. So it ended the 4th chapter with it, and it's starting the 5th chapter with it. And I do really like how that is set up. And I do like the whole, like, we're getting more romances, we're seeing more of them, there's more action, they're really trying to figure things out, and, you know, the wedding is supposed to be happening, plus the medication issue. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. I really, really do want to keep reading. Right now, I'm currently baking jalapeno cheddar sourdough bread, and cleaning, and reading, and doing a lot of other things. I'm a little overwhelmed, I'm overstimulated, I need a break, big time, but as a mom, it's really hard to get a break. And I think that's part of my panic attacks. I had a really bad one yesterday. Like, it was for hours. I felt like something was like sitting on my chest and I could not breathe. I felt like I wanted to scratch my skin. And yeah, not good. Hasn't been very good lately. I've been really bad, but I'm trying to use reading to get out of it. And it did help to a degree yesterday, but I'm really hoping today it won't get worse. It's just the closer and closer we get to Vegas, the worse my panic attacks are getting. So great for me. So I'm gonna go read, and I'll be back with a check-in. Hello. So hair's back because it's a hair wash day, because we're leaving tomorrow, and I did not want to wash my hair too far before the trip, so hair's back. I also need to see if my mom can trim my bangs. I forgot to tell my lady when she did my hair to trim them. I forgot they need to be trimmed. Also, I did my nails. I just did them French. I did have them almond, but I was sick and tired of the almond. I just needed square, French, simple. I did do my toes, black, silver glitter, always win. But I do have a book update. I have been reading Clockwork Princess. I am over 50% of the way through. I'm on page 319, chapter 15. So I am really determined to read this today. I'm determined. I am so determined to read this today because it's getting so good. I cried in the last 2 chapters. I teared up, and my husband just stared at me like I was crazy. But yeah, it's getting to where everything is kind of falling apart, but yet they're figuring everything out at the same time. So it's kind of both. But yeah, I'm getting really, really, really into it. I also have a mini book haul. So this will be the last order of books of the year. I'm trying pretty much a no buy for the rest of the year. I'm not counting Kindle Unlimited because a lot of the books I can read from some of these series are on Kindle Unlimited. If I start them and I don't end up liking them, then I'll read them on Kindle and not purchase the rest of the series. So that's a whole other thing I will explain. But I do have, I think, like 7 books in here. So I had to bring out my list to figure out what order these books were in, because they're not in the books like the order, and there's no like number on the cover. So I have Night Forsaken, which is the 3rd book from the Black Veil University series that I've been reading, and I am in love with this series, and I think a lot of her books are Kindle Unlimited, and I for sure need to read everything she's written. I need to read this, but this one I love just the backline. That's all I'm going to say because it'll spoil everything. Betrayal, chaos, love. I mean, I already know I'm going to have to pick this up, and I am purposely leaving this for tomorrow because I also have Night Awakened, which is the 4th book of the Blackville University series. I bought this one, and I know I'm going to take all of these with me to Vegas. They most likely will not all be read, but I'm going to take them with me. This is probably the only series I'm going to read when I'm up there because these are also on Kindle Unlimited. So if we're out and about, I could read on my phone, and when I want to, I could pick up the actual book. Because then I have Night Unchained, which is the 5th book of the Blackville University series. And this one is the chunkiest. I didn't realize how big it was. 437. So I'm really excited for these because I also have Night Resolution. This is a novella to the Blackville University. I don't think I ever read this. I don't think this ever existed whenever I was reading. I don't know, but I am very excited to read this. So I am taking these 4 books with me on my trip. I'm going to take all 4. They're kind of heavy. Didn't realize how heavy they were, but I have my backpack right here of my bag that I'm going to be taking on the plane. I'm going to be taking these with me. So I'm just going to already put them in the bag. And I'm ready. I'm pretty much ready to go on this trip. I also have 2 more books that I ordered. So I am trying to read the Experiment in Terror series. I got the Dex Files by Karina Hale, which is the one that you're supposed to read after Old Blood, which is down here, which would be the next book I need to read. And then it would be the Dex Files and then Into the Hollow. So I'm really excited to get these 3 done pretty soon, but it just won't be right now. So I heard the books just fell. So I do have a little bit of an update on just reading in general. I'm not going to be doing TBRs for the rest of the year. I never really did TBRs before until a few months ago. And I really can honestly say I'm not the biggest fan of them. I like knowing like in that month, this book is coming out. I'll keep an eye on it. I need to read it. But I actually don't do well with TBRs because I feel very stressed. Even if I only put 3 books, I feel like I have to read them. And if I don't, I fail. I don't want to do that anymore. I know I do 10, and I usually do read all 10, but I don't really want to do that anymore. But also, I am going to not buy books. I know I will not be finishing the Cassandra Clare Shadowhunters universe by December. I know I won't because there are still books in that series that I do not own. I do not have them, so I will not be finishing it in December. But I want to finish what I have. And then the Experiment in Terror series, I don't have the rest, but I think they're on Kindle for free last time I checked. So if I want to reread them, then I can, and then I can get the books when they're on sale. I'm most likely not going to be finishing that series either, but I'm going to try my hardest just to read from my shelves. It's these 3 shelves for the rest of the year, plus my Kindle Unlimited, because these 3, I've had these forever. Turned by Julie Kenner. I don't think this is the first book of the series. But I can say, yeah, this is book 3. But I think this one or Day Hunter by Jocelyn Drake, this is not the first one either. One of these has like 20 books in the series, and they're all on Kindle Unlimited. So that's another 20 books I can read. But I really do want to specifically mood read from here on out. So I most likely will not be sticking with my TBR for the rest of this month. I really just want to mood read. I do still have books over there, which I think I'm actually going to move them back over here because I think I only want to leave on that shelf what I'm currently reading, but I'm trying to read as much Kindle books as I can to get a lot of these series done. Because if I like these series, I would like to buy them. But if I don't like them, then I can just read them on Kindle and I can get rid of the ones I have. But I have series on here that I've had for a really long time. Like this series by Sylvia Day, Entwined with You. Somebody gave these to me. Bared to You and Reflected in You, which, mind you, when I looked them up, there's 5 books. I only have 3. I was given this series like 5 or 6 years ago, and I've never touched it. I have heard it's like 50 Shades of Grey. I've never read 50 Shades of Grey. I know it's a crime, but I've never read it, and I have no fascination to read it anymore. Not for me. But I think the only thing up here that I will not be reading is Twilight, because my husband wants to do a Twilight reread with me. So these ones will not be read, but everything else must be read. Also, update, ACOTAR. Haven't read it, which I know that's also a crime. Haven't read it, and I know she's coming out with a 6th book. I like hardcovers, especially for fantasy, so I got this one. Well, I can get the audiobooks through my library, and my library soon is going to close only because they're getting a whole remodel done. Once they reopen, and if I've like read some of the audiobooks, but I want them physically to read, I'll try to get them from my library. But as of right now, I'm going to really try my hardest to read from what's on my shelf. So I don't know how that's going to go. Yeah, but I really want to try. There is one book that I really, 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 really want, and I might try to convince my husband to try to go to a Barnes in Vegas. It is going to be the novella from the Ashen series. That might be the last book I buy. I wanted it to be these books to be the last ones I buy, but I can't imagine not buying that book, because this is probably one of my most favorite series I've read in a very long time. I am completely 100% obsessed. Like, I love Throne of Glass. I loved it. This one, I can't. I love it so much. It is a 6-star series for me. I can't get enough, and I really want to read the novella, because in Hecla's point of view, not the main girl from here, Scylla, and I have to read it. But yeah, so that is my vlog for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.